What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and we're doing another rebuild. This is a Giants fantasy rebuild. We're gonna be honest, I forgot I was gonna do a special video. Somebody, like a few people were recommending it, and I completely forgot what it is. So if you know what it was, or if you just have an idea for a rebuild in the future, I will do it ASAP. Also, maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Maybe like and subscribe to this video. I'm just saying. Okay. So looking at this team, obviously running back is far from an issue. Superstar dev, 21 years old. Saquon Barkley in the NFC could win MVP, rookie of the year, anyways. Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard. Don't really need a wide receiver, but maybe we can use a new one because Shep should be in the number 3 spot. Evan Ingram, obviously perfect for tight end. And basically, the only offensive lineman that should start is Hernandez. The question is, do we have any trade bait? A 73 overall team? Probably not, right? Let's be honest. I can't believe, like, I don't know what their cap situation is like, but Landon Collins being let go, that's a little wild. I mean, look at this team. It's decimated. Honestly, this could be one of the hardest teams, if not the hardest team to work with. We really don't have a whole lot of, like, options, so I'm going to go with Eric Decker as one of our potential starting wide receivers. I'm getting Richie Incognito out of retirement. I don't care what anyone says. Jack Mewhort, we're getting him out of retirement. We're going to just make the argument that we're going to pay him twice the contract. And that's the reason why they're joining us. Hell, Navarro Bowman's going to join the team. This is going to be a free agency packed team. We're going to be like the Eagles' dream team, but not quite the dream and just half a team. Kazi's on the trade block. I almost never go for this guy. I don't know what his value is either. Seems actually kind of high. Trade him all this for Kazi. I know we could have probably went for the Texans dude, but just because we're in desperate need doesn't mean we need to make the same moves every time, you know what I mean? Red Ellison for Anthony Brown straight up, kind of a fair trade. Of course, the Cowboys in this roster are not going to have Jason Witten back. Obviously, I probably could have done that. However, don't think it's big enough of a change to actually matter that much. Like, I don't think it's going to change much, let's be honest. Like, if they make the Super Bowl, I guess I'll apologize, but let's just be honest. We might actually go with body as well. Apparently, they want these 2 wide receivers. Probably overtrading a little bit because I probably could have had their draft pick instead. But I'm trying to make this not a realistic rebuild, obviously, but I don't know. I'm trying to turn the team around in a rather quick fashion. I think we're doing a good job of it so far. We already made the secondary twice as good as it was before. Lorenzo Carter's a little raw, but he is very fast, young, quick dev. I think I'm going to try to start him on the outside. The question is, what scheme is this? Did they go back to a 3-4? I know they went back to a 3-4, but are they not going to just go back to a 4-3? I don't even know. Wow. Olivier Vernon doesn't seem to be worth the money at all at this point. Honestly, best available might just be to trade everything we have left backup-wise for draft picks, I suppose. The only team, ironically, really interested in Eli at all is the Jags. That's pretty funny. The thing is, I'm not really super interested in their pick. Really just tried to do anything I can not to get rid of our 3rd round this year, but oh, maybe not. Okay, so 3rd round next year, Eli Manning and Martin for a 7th round pick. First round pick, 7th pick projection. We trade Michael Thomas and Curtis Riley for Chris Godwin, which I think easily sets up this wide receiver core for the future. We got a 1st and a 3rd from the Bills. I tried to get Josh Allen, who's only a 76 overall. I don't know if he's star dev, in fairness. Quicker star dev, but yeah, they did not budge, which is actually a little shocking. I saw the name, I said, oh, never thought about it, but Josh Allen, and it wasn't even close. Which, like I said, kind of shocked me a little bit. Damn, Quan is so steep. He's always so hard to get. It might seem steep, but Nate Solder, Dalvin Tomlinson, and a 2nd round pick this year. I feel like DTs like Dalvin, it's not like they're easy to get, but I feel like they're easier to get. You know, I feel like a guy like Clown, even though we're going to have to re-sign him, is much harder to get than just a random DT. I know Dalvin's not just random, but I think he's only like normal or quick dev, so it's not like he really has a whole lot of, crazy, value. So we end up getting the Jets 1st round pick as well. We have like 4 first rounds now. Hoping the draft is good. If not, it's going to be interesting. So I don't think we're going to do any of the real-life draft classes unless it's a realistic style. I think we should save those exclusively for those. Might have been a little steep, but Brown, 87 and a second next year for Baker, who's super fast, super young. The dev is really the only thing that worries me. I just took the hit on Vernon. I couldn't handle it. We get Damon Harrison back. It was a little bit steep, little on the older side too, but I think it'll last a few seasons, and we really need him back. I have no clue why the hell they got rid of him in real life. Makes no sense at all. I mean, maybe even if you're going to say, yeah, we need to get rid of him, at least proper compensation, maybe? I don't know. That's just a thought. So we trade Ogletree, a 4th next and a 7th next for TJ Lang. I was trying to go Ragnar, try to go Taylor Decker. They wouldn't let me have the younger guys, so that was the route we took. We're going to end up needing some more running backs. But other than that, I think we're fine. So we trade Barwin, a 4th this, and Tay Davis for the Raiders' first-round pick, giving us a grand total of 5 first-round picks to work with. An upgraded roster, obviously. I mean, we still probably have to move a couple positions around, like Mewhort. You know, we have 4 linemen, and only 2 of them are starting. It's kind of funny seeing some of the names in free agency, and quite a bit of them have actually played for the Giants. I think we did an okay job. A lot of draft picks. We should be able to turn this thing around pretty quickly. I definitely don't think we're going to make the playoffs here, and I really hope we don't. But year 2 could be really good. Let's take a look at our re-signings. Of course, Clowney is one of the guys. He wants a 5-year deal. Completely worth it. If the Titans get him for that in real life, they'd be ecstatic. But quite a bit more than that. Landon Collins, only quick dev, but he will be re-signed for a 6-year deal. Thank you. Anyone else? Aldrick Rosas. Oh my god, he's actually so good. He's kind of a beast. Buddy Calhoun, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, that kicker probably gets a re-sign, right? Kind of expensive if we're being honest, but I mean, when it comes to kickers, that's really good. It's kind of a beast. All right, let's go to the playoffs. I mean, in fairness, you know, new quarterback starting, changes to the team. You never really know. We missed. We did go 7 and 9, though. I will show you guys we didn't cheat. If you guys think we did, you may need to get your brain checked, because that would be one hell of a weird way to cheat. Miss the playoffs and get a bad pick according to missing the playoffs. Probably not the smartest move. A lot of yardage. Saquon looking pretty good. Can't be mad with it. Receiving Odell and Shep. I mean, that's good stuff. I mean, hey, I'm not mad with it one bit. Godwin not really super great for yardage, even though he was targeted quite a bit. Sack totals atrocious. I should have known. I should have saw that coming and waited to sign Clowney. Then again, we would have had to sign until he's probably 31. So, So obviously, quarterback is a huge need. You know, I was thinking, maybe not. Oh, wait a minute. Canceling. The Falcons win in the Super Bowl. So, Jack Mewhort wants to stay. I guess that is okay. We really do need him, so I'll re-sign him. Any other linemen I don't know about. Navarro, sorry, buddy. Body, I think I'd rather just let him go, and if we wanted him back, we could easily get him. So, holy crap, this is a lot of names. You guys need to calm the hell down. Hopefully that doesn't sound anybody. I don't think they would. So obviously, we have a ton of draft picks, so that's probably where a lot of the money's going to go. But we still have about 37 mil, which is quite a bit. Not having to pay a QB is going to be really nice. Obviously, we're going to try to go for one in the draft, but you know what I mean. Wait, who's the other Williams that we saw? Oh, it wasn't a Williams. I just automatically assumed it was Trevor, and it wasn't Daryl I was thinking of. I don't know. Things are hard, okay? Just stop. Is there anyone even here that could really, could we get Hankins back? I don't know. Is there really anyone here that could help us? I don't feel like there is. I don't even think Body's going to have an offer on him. Speaking of names similar to Body. Bobby Calhoun. It's not Calhoun, it's McCain. Close enough. There's really not much here, and anyone that is here is getting major offers, so yeah, we will be moving on. Well, the moment of truth. Are we going to be a great team next year or an average one? Comes down to these picks. Come on. Okay, so we got number 1, which is obviously huge. Obviously, that works. That always goes. This probably will be a DT. It is the DT that we expected them to take. Panthers being a little stingy, so we did the same trade with the Broncos. Let them hop them, and I hope they rob the Panthers blind. Cornerback, that probably was a robbery. That's probably one of their top positions. Mason Renner, man, there are some really good players in this draft. The coverage is insane, though, so we're going to go with Lyndon Clark. Quick dev, 80 overall, perfectly fine. Honestly, one of those prototypical users, but of course the jumping is rough. I'm going to go with the Raiders next year, first and second from pick 6. What are they going to get? Harris Ripkowski, that's a really solid trade up. So I'm going to have to go with Cooper. I need to guarantee myself a cornerback. Cooper was the second best in the class. A little bit on the slower side, but starter caliber. You know, good quarterbacks do go, you know, when they're actually good. So I'm going to take Rowan. I'm not going to risk him. Star dev, 77 overall. The best pure passer in this class, I would say, unless there was a guy with like superstar later. So we trade down for the Bills' first-round pick. What are they going to get? They've had a couple of first-round picks here. Joey Bullitt, not a bad running back, it seems. We did have to take the, I mean, we didn't have to, but we might have had to take the QB. So we did take him, which was a smart decision anyways. But I think we landed a really damn good draft. Take a look at that DT. How good was he? Only quick dev, so really not a whole lot to be mad about. Terea Cook, though, obviously an amazing pick. Probably should have taken him, but we didn't. Renner, I don't even know if this guy was on our list. Was he a pass rusher? He was a coverage guy, so I don't know. Lyndon Clark, obviously, we took. Darren Ball, honestly, not as good as I thought he was going to be. Really not. A lot slower. Harris Ripkowski, normal dev. Glad we didn't go for him in the end. So here's Bullitt. The Bills traded up for him. Running back. Really good player. So Blair obviously starts. Lauletta, he'll sit as the backup, but he could be trade bait in the future. Offensive line still kind of an issue. Brooks probably starts somewhere. Unless we use some of our picks or something to try and get a new lineman, which we probably should. Lauletta straight up for Zach Martin. Yeah, I'll take it. We trade Janoris in a third round this for the pick from the Bills next year. Gonna sign Ty Montgomery as a backup. We trade pick 11 for Stephon Tuitt. Huge need on the interior of the defensive line. And we'll probably have to move BJ Hill over to right end. Doesn't really matter. There already is a right end. He just doesn't want to play over there. Nice. So, you know, this is looking kind of like a championship squad. Who's not starting? I'm pretty sure we had... Didn't we have enough starters? Yeah, we did. We need to put Will Hernandez at right tackle or something. I mean, let's go on. I mean, I don't know. Do we have our own pick? Because if we do, hopefully pick 11 was our own pick. If it was. We don't have our own pick anymore, so... Looking good. I think we're ready. I think we're ready for a playoff push. So we have some re-signings. Sterling Shepard, star. Anthony Brown, quick. TJ Lang, most likely not. So let's knock out the contracts we know we're going to keep. Sterling Shepard obviously is one of them. Glad we're taking him back. Anthony Brown, that's a 5-year contract. I don't know why the hell they let him go. We also got a speed upgrade for him, by the way. He went up to 96 speed. It's always the fast guys that get even faster. I wonder if they actually code that like that. Like, in a way, it kind of makes sense because, you know, the fast players that are already fast, keep them the fastest by keeping them, boosting them instead of making everyone fast. And we make the playoffs with a 14-2 record. Blair is the MVP, and I'm going to keep talking so there's no edit point because look at this. Didn't force anything. 3-point loss to the Patriots, 3-point loss to the Cowboys. Cowboys have a sick, what is it called? Roster. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. Same with the Patriots. Rajon Blair, the man himself, a beast after one season. Saquon Barkley, looking baller-like, doesn't drop. Well, actually, you can't drop Dev yet, I don't think. Anyways, receiving was very spread around, though, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. It was all about Blair anyways. Damon Harrison with the 13-sack season. Don't tell me that was a Dev drop. Yeah, normally I don't. Like, you guys said it'd be cool if, you know, I dev the guys up that don't deserve to be dev'd down. But I have to. I have to. That's just ridiculous. A 13-sack season for a 353-pound DT. Get the hell out of here. You know, like, he did all that. Plus, you have to imagine there was a lot of times where he did get that double team. So, obviously played like one of the best, if not the best DT in the league. Gotta reward him for it. Really, it wasn't... Actually, what am I even doing? He dropped Dev, so he was star before. So actually, my man's going to a superstar. Yeah, I don't think so, pal. I didn't even think about that. I basically just let him keep his Dev, but no, he deserves a star, a Dev up. And it's going to hurt us, because obviously we're going to have to re-sign him soon, so... It is what it is, but he deserves it. I don't care. You kind of have to just let it go. Best offensive player was not Blair, though, surprisingly. Clowney, best defensive player of the year. Blair, obviously, best rookie of the year. Lyndon Clark, damn, number 2. That'd have been nice. A lot of award wins, like a lot. But also a couple of close ones. A couple of close calls. Still, I'm happy with it. Let's advance the week. We are obviously 14-2. We're a 90 overall team, which is very solid. Evan Ingram obviously has an upgrade. I don't think anyone else does. Nice stuff. All right, division rivalry. Cowboys, they beat us earlier in the season. We're only 2 overalls higher than them. We made a hell of a turnaround, though, so even if we come home with no win, it's still a damn good start. I know it's season 2, and sometimes you like to get these done in 3 seasons, especially a fantasy. But sometimes it's just not the way it goes, you know, especially with a little bit worse of a team. Probably a bottom 3 to 5 roster in Madden, at least at this point, pretty easily. All right, so no one scored. Oh, the Cowboys have scored. I lied. Tied up. Looking, down by 7. Defense made a clutch play. I don't know if they took the ball away, but it looks like they were going to take a 2-possession lead. They could not do so. Start of the 4th is going to be a little rough for us, but we're driving in a 3rd and goal. They throw the ball away. On 4th and goal, you got to understand, but throwing away, though? Come on. Good job, defense. I mean, that's easy money. Just imagine if we would have actually scored. To be fair, they were backed up anyways, but 3rd and 1. They got 1 yard, but it was short. Please don't be the same as such. Damn it. I deserve that. I deserve that in fairness. They do score, but they give us 2 minutes to work with. Well, they give us Madden 2 minutes, which, of course, in real terms means like 3 plays because the game just loves to waste all the clock away. So we're going to have to come in. We're going to have to rescue this team. Sterling down the field. How in the world do you drop that ball? And that's a bad decision. No, it's not. Odell holds on. Of course he would. Why wouldn't he? Inside, I don't even know who Carr is. Slip the tackle. Hurry up, hurry up. Come on. I think you got to take him. And, that was close. A little bit of a wild throw. Can't lie. Look at all the backups that are in. Everyone's dead. Going out. Evan Ingram is wide open, and he scores. I'm going to let the AI deal with this 2-point or whatever they want to do, single point. If they miss, I'll be sad, but it'll be the fate of the team. Overtime has been achieved. Please, defense. Defense does a good job. We're pinned. Offense getting on the field nicely. That should be a championship trip, and it is. Blair, 450 yards just about. 2 touchdowns passing. Barkley had 2 touchdowns passing. 2 fumbles. I know Zeke also fumbled once, but what the hell is wrong with the running backs? Clowney with 3 sacks. Tuitt with 2. Defense came up clutch. I know they gave up 31 points, which is quite a bit, but they clutched up. You can't deny it. That was that might be even tougher than the championship game. Like, I know the Saints are decent, but I think that's going to be tougher than the maybe not. They were both 90s. Never mind. False alarm. Call help. Please, somebody get Antonio Brown on the damn phone. 3 straight incompletions. All right, EA. I see you. I see you. We're just going to go simple verts. Odell's my man, as usual. Evan Ingram, please get open. Like, Odell's my guy. But in case he decides not to be the guy, screw it. We're just going to... I almost said the other thing you would say instead of screw it. The fact that... wow. He made Rankins look like a damn speed demon. Excuse me? Was he not looking the wrong way? Or am I just crazy? Nah, he didn't, to be fair. He actually... never mind, I'm just stupid. Oh. That was the plan. Now, I will say, the plan did not include us giving up the game-losing drive. So, hopefully that can be avoided real quick. They will not, so they will give us a chance at the ball. It is not fair at all. Odell's a beast, and he holds on. Down to the 29-yard line. We have to get this into the end zone. He is one-on-one. Odell, who do you think you are? Oh, did you see that? Did you see how brutal that was? He was going to help him up, and he just didn't. Odell, I swear to Jesus. That's how the season ends. You've got to be kidding me. We lose the season on an overthrow, I think. I can't even tell. Like, it looked like it was on the money. I thought it was literally just going to be a catch opportunity. I don't know what the hell just happened, but this game is great. You best believe I'm not looking at the stats. I don't care what the stats are, because the most important stat is we lost by 7. The Saints are going to move on to the Super Bowl. They're going to lose the game, ruining the spot that we could have had, because obviously we're the better team. It's just this game is unfair. The clock is running. I get that. But you know what? I'm not even going to fight it anymore. At least they won, okay? You know, if they took our playoff spot and they won the Super Bowl. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, at least it didn't go to waste, I suppose. TJ Lang, a 1-year deal. We probably have a 5,600 draft pick, so let's just let that happen. This is a fantasy after all. Should probably not record after eating. Free agency, so Derrick Henry's not really getting offered a lot. I might just take him as a backup. Who cares? So Derrick Henry actually did accept on a pretty damn friendly deal for us. We land number 1 overall again. I feel like we landed number 5 again as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we did. The Panthers are trying to screw us, aren't they? This is a fantasy rebuild, okay? So I get to just be greedy as hell. Thank you. I'll take that. Your draft picks wasted thing. I think it was just like it was full bar, but it wasn't actually accepted. But we got that done. We kind of need a cornerback, so Anthony Brown's only 26. I keep getting this feeling that he's almost 30. Jesus, what a steep price. They are really not having it. It's a little steep, I think, but still. There we go. So second round pick instead. Witsell, that was going to be the guy one of the guys we were going to go with, so that's a really good pick by them. So we kind of need to get a guy in the first here. Is Nolan Lang good enough? Screw it. There you go. Thank God for the dev, because honestly, he was a bit of a reach, but that dev makes him definitely worth it. No question about it. Julius Mace? Don't think so, buddy. So he is there. Gotta take him. He's insanely good. 81 overall star dev. Pure, you know, comparison-wise, he's better than the guy we took. But obviously the guy we have now is sick, so I'm not worried about a year 1 MVP. How you gonna compare with that? I mean, that makes the thumbnail, you know? That doesn't make the thumbnail. It makes the damn, the title is what I meant. I know it's going to be very hard to find that lineman, but I really want to see him because he looked very solid. Like, he definitely was at least like a 78 overall. Maybe better than normal, but who knows. If he wasn't better than normal, I'm not too mad, but still. So what about some of the guys that were up here? So German, a beastly, like, big guy. I would have put him at DT. Pretty decent, but I'm not really regretting that decision. Now that guy, that's a regretful decision. I don't know if I even had him on my list, but he's good. Nick, that was going to be one of the guys you were going to go with. Not really too mad about it, actually. Witsell, kind of, I mean, he's decent, but our guy is star dev. Here's the guy we're definitely going to go with. Normal EU. Ricky Ryan, star dev. I think this was the guy, actually. And we took the other guy right below him, which was technically worse, but they both worked out for both teams, I suppose. No, here he is, Mike Stork for sure. Normal dev, 77 overall, great guard. I wish I had him, but it's not that big of a deal because we can probably use whatever we traded to get just as good of a proven lineman. So we need a center technically. We probably need a left tackle too. We might as well go all out for this. Considering if we win the Super Bowl, I think it might be our final season we play. Minka Fitzpatrick was a huge ad from the draft. We do need a new DN, so I think we're just going to go all out, trade what we have to trade, try to get a good team now. So we had one of my other favorite interior guys to pair with Stephon too. We trade number 32, 64, and Muhort for Chris Jones. Kind of steep, honestly, if you think about it, but obviously that severely improves. I don't know why I said severely. Definitely improves the defensive line big time. I mean, we're top tier now. Now we're, you know, undisputable here. Right now, really hasn't upgraded a whole lot since we tried to look at him year 1, but BJ Hill and Carr for Ragnar. Now we have 2 first-round picks and a second to work with. to get one final lineman. I honestly think we can get a lineman with just those picks right there. I think David's probably not worth it, but I want to try to get a new name if it's physically possible. He usually goes for a lot, though, yeah. Who knows if I overtraded, but Shaq Mason for all these picks, I think it's kind of a little bit of a karmatic allowance just because we obviously kind of screwed over the NFL with some of these plays. I think Lang should play center. I know it's kind of saying that we're missing positions, but I think we're good. I think it's just we took 2 guards, so the game's kind of having an issue. Yeah, they're having a little bit of an issue trying to figure out where to put everybody. We have one hell of a squad. Really, the only issue we have is middle linebacker, but obviously we're developing those guys at a decent pace if we're being fair. So I think that's all we need. We have 2 first-round picks that are projected good. We have Bradley, who I think, yeah, he's well on contract. So, I mean, let's start the training. Let's get all that going. So we have some re-signings. Chris Godwin, actually, I don't know if he dropped Dev, but I feel like his Dev should have been higher by now. He's worth the money, I suppose. Obviously, it's going to be an issue once the team gets needing to this contract of this quarterback. Words are becoming very challenging. Evan Ingram, quick. We know this Devs are really rough, but it is what it is. Kazi, I think we can get a better safety than Kazi. If he had better Dev or he was a little bit younger, maybe, but eh. And then Damon, we'll wait till he regresses if we want. All right, so we're headed into the playoffs. I mean, is there really an issue with the playoffs being a thing? I don't... Okay, so apparently we're in the wild card. Cowboys robbing us blindly. That's pretty rude. So Blair, pretty close to that MVP season again, if we're being honest. Derrick Henry even robbed some of the touchdowns on us. No Dev up. He actually went down in Dev, I think. Saquon, I think, also might have went down. He did. Really? It's a lot of high expectations on this damn team. Darius Leonard, 13.5 sacks. Did he go up in Dev? He did go up in Dev. Nice stuff. See? We took you from the Colts, and there it is. Did they developed him into like a run-blocking guy? Because he's not good at pass rushing or coverage. I hate this game. Like, pick one. I mean, is it that hard? Really? A run-stopping? Block shed guy? Is that what we're doing? 95 overall, the 85 overall Packers. Okay. If history's on our side as well, this better be a win, I'll tell you. So it's halftime. We're up by 7. Now we're up by 14. They are down by 11. We're up by too many numbers. I'm not even going to slow sim. I'm just going to go straight for it. And we win by 13, which is quite expected. Rodgers and the Packers debating their existence at this point. Rodgers on his way to retirement, possibly. Passing, Barkley, Receiving, Defensive, blah. It is what it is. Moving on to the divisional. So let's move on to the divisional round. What are we looking at? The Saints. Lovely stuff. Wasn't the championship this time. Saints are now at an 86. They did not do very well. They dropped 4 overalls. So we're up on them by 9, kind of like the Packers. So we're looking good. We're looking strong. Looking fresh. Looking ready to go. Michael Thomas. Wow, very similar receivers. Obviously, one's really tall and the other one's a bit faster, so works out. Chargers moving on to the championship game on the AFC side. I have no clue of who the NFC team is. Does it show the ticker on the bottom? No, it doesn't. I thought it did. Guess not. Up by 3. Up by 10. That's what I like to see. We need an early start against these Saints. These pesky Saints. There you go. Clutch touchdown. Before half, they only get 3, so that's huge. That could be the difference in winning and losing this game. These field goals are kind of hurting them. I'm going to slow sim it just to, just keep it similar as normal. And, ooh, this is bad. Please, offense. There you go. Keep going. That should be a win. That should be a championship game, not going against the Saints. They came close, though. As long as we're not playing against the Cowboys, that would be grand, because they just seem to beat us in everything. I don't know why. Obviously, we beat them in the playoffs last season, but they've slowly cucked us as many times as they physically could. So I would appreciate not facing them. But then again, we could face the Rams, which is worse. Moving on to the championship game. And guess who? Perfect. The Rams. If you couldn't tell that was what was going to happen, I mean, do you even Madden, bro? 91 overall. We're still a 95. This should be an easy win. And by easy, I mean a 3-point victory, and I would be still really happy. All right, end of game simmage. We're away. We've actually played quite a bit of away games because we were the wild card team, even though we were sick. This is rough. Okay, there we go. Tied up. Defense does a good job. Please, offense, you got to score there. It's still a 14-14 game. We're up by 3. Defense is doing a damn good job this game. I mean, the offense is really the one screwing it up. 3rd and 19. You got to punt it. It sucks. Oh, what happened? Wait, why do we have 19 points? I'm so confused. Okay. That really sucks, Blair. You can't do that, man. You're in position to win this game, and you blow it. 3rd and 10. It's a 9-yard play. I think this is a risky move, and I don't think we need to. Probably don't need to do this, but, I mean, it's Odell. If we can't get this with Odell, I mean, that's like the safest play you can go with. Odell Beckus for the first down. All right, offense, you know what to do. Looking good. Just don't turn the ball over, please. What a clutch run. They're going to say it was a first down. And Derrick Henry, I knew he would pay off, man. He's been playing well, considering he's only been a backup. 2 minutes left. We got to come into the game and stop this. Clowney on the D. I actually really like the number 55 for Clowney. I don't know why. I just do. And, I mean, it is what it is. At this point, I would actually probably rather give up the touchdown than the first down. Guess who? Get out of bounds. I think he touched it. Ooh, he might have been considered like a backwards type of situation. Odell could be my guy, but over the middle has been kind of rough for me in this one. And really, Evan, can we start catching the ball? We're at the 40 and they want me to run the ball? Why is this game the way it is? You know, just run the ball and just have our kicker just kick a god tier one. That was risky as hell. And guess what? Another drop. Maybe we do have the run. Maybe the game actually knew better than I did. Maybe they're like, yeah, do you know who your receivers are, buddy? Comment. Watch your comments about us. We know what we're talking about. Inside, perfect play. Godwin's going to find tons of space. If they miss the field goal, I swear. I swear. Okay, the number didn't move very quickly, so I was worried. But we win the game, and we're moving on to the Super Bowl, probably against the Texans. I don't even know that that's even a possibility. Maybe they lost early and I didn't see it. Running the ball really wasn't great. Odell did well. Saquon didn't run the ball well, but he apparently received the ball pretty damn well. Kicking was good. Rosas deserved that contract. What was it, year 1 actually? Year 2? I don't even know. Felt really recently, though. Super Bowl, please. Anyone but... Okay, so the Chargers, I mean, they're decent in sim. But I think the Texans and Browns are definitely a bit better. 85 overall Charger versus the 96 Giants. So everyone's like, oh, you chose a really good team, man. That's why you're so good in the legacy, man. They're an 85 overall at this point. Year 3, 4. So what do you want to talk about, huh? You got anything to say? Huh? Want to talk about something? So you are kicking the ball first here. It's an interesting venue of the Super Bowl. It just doesn't seem like a Super Bowl venue at all. And here we are. So we're up by 7, and that has diminished to a tied game. 14-7. Defense is doing a damn good job. Offense does not take their opportunity. Here, though, they do. 7 points again, and they take 7. It's, you know, nearing the midpoint of the 4th, and we're up by 14. Defense doing a decent job here, forcing a field goal. That's huge. Once again, we talked about it before, but those field goals, the difference between winning and losing, and that was the biggest play of the Super Bowl, which I think is going to be a win. And we do. 35-17. The Giants are back on top. All it took was a quarterback. That is all it took, and all the other things we traded for. But yeah, all it took is a quarterback and a couple of pieces on the offensive line, and boom, right back into it. Defense found its way with some decent players. We did trade for a lot of great players, but we also drafted a few decent ones. Those quarterbacks were solid. Super solid. I don't know why it's so easy to draft super beast quarterbacks this Madden. I really don't get it. You can get them all in like the 2nd or 3rd round nowadays, and they almost all have star dev. Like, the ones you would want the most are usually the guys that have star. Like, it's weird. They made it way too easy. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. I got to give it to Blair, though. He is a slinger, man. He's the definition of a slinger. He just keeps gunning. He knows he's throwing picks, but he doesn't care because he's, at the end of the day, on top at the podium with a Super Bowl ring, and he can't be more proud. I mean, he's happy with his team. That offense is sickening. The defense came up clutch every time it needed to, just about like 95% of the time. Middle linebacker who really didn't even have much of a share in it. Like, he was, I'll give it a, an honest opinion. The middle linebackers were really silent through this entire process, but sometimes that's what it takes. A good supporting cast, and some of the weaker pieces, they can shine as well. Phillip Rivers was still the quarterback for them. Blair, even though he threw a pick, 2 picks anyway, still had a better passer rating, so that's just that slinger mentality. Odell with 2 touchdowns, 85 yards, really good stuff. Sack totals, Rosas did not have to kick a field goal. Both of their small safeties getting picks. How do you throw a pick to Jaleel Adai? He's so slow. He's like linebacker speed in like slot corner size. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I think that's going to be the rebuild. We win a Super Bowl with the Giants. Not an easy task. They started as what, a 73 overall, 74 overall. Not even a whole lot of trade bait, but I think we made near perfect trades. Godwin was a great player because he's young. Obviously, some of the lineman picks. Evan Ingram developed into a decent player, I suppose. Defensively, Baker, that was a good pick because, normal dev, 77 overall. He's not really a whole lot of value, so we put him into a spot where he could strive, and he kind of did. 85 overall from normal isn't bad after a few seasons. Anthony Brown, that was a good trade because, he's really super undervalued. We went for players that aren't usually the biggest name guys. We finally got Darius Leonard on the team, Kazee, some decent names that you just wouldn't expect to see in a fantasy-style rebuild. And obviously, at the end of the day, it worked. The guys did it. The underrated squad did it, and here we are. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for a rebuild in the future, let me know. Of course, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I can't remember what the hell it was, but I was supposed to do it for this weekend, and I just couldn't remember what it was. But one of you guys should remind me. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Like, subscribe if you're new. I don't know if I said that, but if I did, that just means do it twice, which I guess would kind of make you unsub and unlike. Don't do that. Just do it once. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!